on go. All my ninjas on go.
Greetings, peace and love. Welcome to your welcome video for karate training. This video is geared especially for the parents of students who, if this is your first time in a karate class or a dojo setting, this video is for you to get you acquainted to not only karate culture, but what we do and how we do it here. So I've got 8 things that I want to go over with you real quick. Take a second. I want you to soak it in, but you can always come back to this video and refer to anything if you need to. It'll always be here. So let's get started. Number 1, this dojo, the place where we learn karate, is a fun, learning, controlled environment. That meaning you do not have to worry about your child being injured, although we do a lot of physical activity because this is karate. Not only do we teach your child respect, confidence, inner peace, concentration, self-discipline, control of the mind and body, having harmony with others, and being valuable to the community, but we also teach them how to defend themselves. So we will get physical. We will wrestle. We will spar. I will touch the students. I or another sensei, which is what we call the instructors in the school, is what we call certified instructors, higher level black belts. They are the only senseis and instructors, so you do not have to worry. These people are trained. They're experienced. So I'll be hitting and kicking them, not like we do with grown people, just touching them. It's used to build them up. So I don't even like to call it hitting and kicking. I touch them, I let them wrestle, I let the other kids touch them, because you have to be used to being touched, because karate is very physical. And one of the things that we do to build up confidence is to delete the fear of being touched. Okay, that is one of the most pivotal and the first steps in karate. Is don't worry that you're going to be touched. All right, it's what we do after the touch, and that's what you're here for. So us to train your child on what to do when they're being touched in the way that they do not want to be touched physically. And so we're going to go over that so that you don't have to worry, because this is a fun, learning, controlled environment. I myself, along with some of the other senseis, have been doing this for decades, and I have yet to have a child be rushed to the hospital because they were hurt in our class. They might come home with some bumps, some bruises every now and then, but a little kiss, love, and tender, a little ice pack, and they'll be right back at it. So you do not have to worry about your child being injured. You do not have to worry about them being seriously hurt, picked on, beat on. That doesn't happen here. This is a fun learning, controlled environment. So I will be putting them through some things, tests, drills, activities, but it's controlled. So there's no way that they can be injured seriously. We're all experienced, certified in doing these drills and activities. And like I said, we've been doing it for years. So don't worry, I got your baby. I know for a lot of you, this may be your first time in a dojo culture, environment, setting, but don't worry. Like any other learning environment, the teacher, the sensei, can answer any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions that you have. So if you have any, please feel free to bring them to me. My door is always open. My number is always working. Me or any of the other qualified senseis can handle whatever concern that you have, question, comment. We are always available. So if you ever have an issue in class or have an issue with the way class is being ran, please just bring it to me. Come talk to me. We'll have a sit down. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. In my class, there are no boys, there are no girls, there are only warriors, and we train as warriors. So if you're used to activities or sports where they separate boys and girls, this is not that activity, because the reasoning behind that is that in the real world and out here, where we let our children, go play and spend the night and visit the movies and everything, predators are not picky and choosy of boy or girl. And sometimes they are. And so they'll pick on you just because you're a girl, or what they may seem as a weak boy or something. So I don't train girls over here, boys over here. So I just want you to be prepared for that, because the girls most times are better warriors than the boys. So don't be surprised. But I want you to not be surprised in the sense that I make everything hard on the boys just as much as the girls, because we're all warriors and we're all training our inner selves versus our outer selves. Discipline doesn't work without consistency. Success is consistency. All right. When you join this karate training program, you must be able to commit to it. This isn't an activity where you can come and go as you like, and still reap the benefits of it. For me to do what you have probably brought your child in here for, which is the discipline, which is the confidence, respect, inner peace, concentration, all of these attributes and principles that we can and will give your child, it only works with consistency. So we'll talk more about what that looks like in a minute. But I just want you to know that without consistency, what we do here cannot take effect on the child as good as you may see in some of the other children, as good as it could potentially be for your child. All right. Also, for what we do here, it has to be backed at home. I only get your child maybe 2, maybe 4 hours a week, 1 or 2 classes. So for the rest of their time, they're at home. So for all of the discipline, for all of the hard work, for the work ethic that I instill in them and make them build in class, it's very important that when you all get home, that you're repeating the same things and that you are encouraging them to act in the same manner as you'll see us build them to act in class, right? We turn men, we turn boys into men, we turn women into queens. So it is a process, but it's a process that we're both a part of, sensei and parents, okay? Without us working together, it'll be twice as hard for the student to grasp the benefits of karate training. So work with me. So we just talked about consistency. Let me tell you what that looks like. Karate training, when you first start, it has to be shocked into you. Yes, it has to be shocked into you. So what that looks like is for your first 90 days of training, it is imperative that you do not miss a class. Let me repeat that. For your first 90 days of training, it is imperative that you do not miss a class. Now, when you come to class, or if you've already been to class, you'll see some people in gis, and your first question is, how do I get a uniform? How do I get a gi? A gi is a uniform. The uniform comes when the student passes the first test, which is consistency. Are you going to be consistent and committed to karate training, or are you just passing through? And for those students who are committed, that's when the uniform is awarded. So you're probably wondering, if you're a good parent like me, Sensei, what is my job in my son or daughter's development through karate training? Well, glad you asked. Your job during this process, while we are building and training the student, is, well, let me put it like this. My job is to make your child quit. Your child's job is to not quit. Your job is to encourage them and make them not quit. Push them. That is the parent's job right now. We talked earlier about reinforcing the things that they are learning in class at home. This is part of that process. Some days I'm going to push your child to the point where they probably want to quit. They're going to be mad at me. That's fine. I do that. I'm sensei. Most days they're going to love me. Someday they might come home and they're just going to hate me. And that's the day. Those are the days, depending on your child's development, that your job comes in. That's when you say, no, you can't quit. You got to go back. Sensei is going to make you stronger. Sensei is going to make you better. This whole process is going to make you better. And we got involved in this to make you better. So we're going to stick to it. We're going to commit to it. And we're going to be empowered in it. And as parents, that's what you give them. That's your job. That's all that's needed. Encouragement, love, and strength. When they see it from you, they will be able to grasp it themselves. And if you can come, the more you can come to class and sit on the sidelines and watch how they train and encourage them as well, that'll even be greater. The more that you're involved in this process, the greater the development will be. Let me repeat that. The more that you're involved in this process as a parent, the greater the student's development will be. Tuition to karate class is completely free. We try to keep it this way because of a number of reasons, but one of the main reasons is it was given to us that way. And a lot of the children and the students that we serve are not in a position to pay for a class every month or so. So what we do is we try to find funding other places. But how you can help with tuition is to sign up for the snack team, which are the people and the parents who donate snacks, meaning snacks or fruit and water at the end of trainings. And there's a sign-up sheet, and the parents or the people who donate and sponsor that rotate every week for that. Also, more importantly, there is an online class that your child needs to sign up for. Every student needs to have access to the online class. It is complimentary to the live classes that we do. If for some reason the child can't make a class or whatever, the classes online can still be used for the student to learn. And that way they don't have to physically be here to keep up with their training. Sometimes we have students that play other sports, do other activities, and so they have to leave for a short season and they come back. While they leave, if they have access to the online class, they can also continue their training. Also, the online class helps us fund to get equipment, to go to tournaments, to do all these other things. So I advise you to sign up for the online class. when you get a chance, because every student is going to need access to that. What's next? What's next is we have a introductory packet that we hand out to all the students, and I would like you to go over that with your students and help them start to commit to memory some of the things, the vocabulary, the history, what is karate, what is our deepest fear, some of the poems, the sayings, the statements that we say in class. Help them commit that to memory. They will need that to earn their gi and to earn their ranking in class. So that's what's next. I'm so excited you guys are here to train with us. We are going to have a great time. So without further ado, give me a woo. Woo! Peace and love.